Welcome to Comic Power. I am your host, Comic Killer 72. Today we're doing a new segment called the Quick Flip. In comic book investing terminology, the quick flip normally means you have something for a very short period of time that you sell for a profit and had no intention of holding it for the long term. At my channel, I'm going to incorporate the phrase quick flip and make it mean real down and dirty, real fast information about this channel and other comic book news. Today we're going to do it in 9 minutes and 55 seconds. Okay, now that you understand, let's go ahead and get right into it. And first things first, we have a casting confirmation. The actor Jaime Foxx has been chosen to play Spawn in a reboot of that film franchise. And this information was shared with us via Todd Mcfarlane, the creator of Spawn, on social media where he shared this picture and made the announcement. Todd Mcfarlane is a legend. He's one of the 7 artists that left Marvel that founded Image Comics back in 1992. And Spawn is the longest ongoing title in the history of the company. The difference between Image and the big 2, Marvel and DC, is that the creators of the books owned all of their intellectual property. A deal was reached with Todd Mcfarlane and the production company Blumhouse Studios to make this film. Blumhouse has made a name for themselves with low budget but very high grossing horror movies, such as Paranormal Activity, The Purge, and their biggest hit, Get Out, which won an Oscar for Best Screenplay. Get Out was produced for only $4.5 million and made $255 million at the box office. There was a 1997 Spawn movie starring Michael J. White, which was pretty much a disappointment. And people have been waiting for a reboot for over 20 years of this franchise with a better budget and better CGI, but Todd Mcfarlane has been known for being notoriously hard to work with. He not only wanted to write the screenplay for the movie, but he wanted to direct it as well. And it appears that nobody was going to agree to those terms except for Blumhouse. So that's why it's taken so long. Let's take a quick look at the career of the lead actor they chose, Jaime Foxx. He started his career as a comedian and got his big break as Wanda on a sketch comedy show In Living Color. He went on to star in his own television show on the WB called The Jaime Foxx Show, which ran from 1996 to 2001. He went on to star in a whole bunch of low-budget Afro-American centric movies like Booty Call, The Players Club, and The Great White Hype. He's not just an actor and a comedian, but he's also a talented musician, and he dropped his debut album in 1994 called Peep This. And although critically acclaimed, it didn't sell that well. The level of his star rose in 1999 when he played the football player Willie Beeman in Any Given Sunday, with Al Pacino playing the head coach of the team. A role that was allegedly written for the rap producer Diddy, but he couldn't throw a football well. So the role went up going to Jaime Foxx, who had a great audition. His biggest breakout came in 2004, where he starred as Ray Charles in the film Ray, in which he won an Oscar for Best Actor. In that same year, his music career also blossomed when he sung the hook on the #1 song Slow Jams, which is credited to the Chicago rapper Twista, featuring Kanye West and Jaime Foxx, which was also produced by Kanye West. That's a monster jam. The success of this single spread over to his own solo projects, with his 2005 album Unpredictable going #1 and going platinum as well. His 2008 follow-up to that, Intuition, also went platinum. His 2010 Best Night of My Life sold about 400K. And the last album he released was Hollywood, A Story of a Dozen Roses, which was pretty much overlooked. So what do I think of the selection of Jaime Foxx to play Spawn? It's okay, I guess. It doesn't make me sad. Don't get me wrong, this guy's a lot of talent as a comedian, a musician, and as an actor, he's won the Best Actor Oscar, which is monumental. He's only one of 4 black male actors to ever win, including Sidney Poitier, Denzel Washington, and Forrest Whitaker. My issue is that as a lead actor in dramatic material, he has been very inconsistent. At his best, he gave us stuff like Any Given Sunday, Django Unchained, and of course Ray, where he won an Oscar. At his worst, he gave us sleepy stuff like Stealth, which nobody even remembers, Miami Vice opposite Colin Farrell, which was sleepy, and Electro in Amazing Spider-Man 2, which was horrifically bad. And not only is Jaime Foxx very inconsistent as a lead actor, he's also 50 years old. Before he becomes Spawn, the lead actor's name is Al Simmons, a Force Recon Marine that joins the CIA doing black op missions. The movie Spawn isn't going to be out to 2020, and Jaime Foxx will be around 52 years old at the time. Do you think he'll be playing a character that will be doing these type of operations at that age? So based on the nature of the character, I thought they should pick someone younger. I talked about this in previous videos, but my choice for Spawn would have been Derek Luke, who's best known for playing Booby Miles in Friday Night Lights. And he's 44 years old, which is 6 years younger than Jaime. So he could play Al Simmons at the tip of his career, about ready to retire from field work before he gets killed killed. But Jamie's the guy for this now, so hopefully they can follow my advice for the rest of the picks of the lead cast. Al Simmons' wife, Wanda, how ironic is that, should be played by Gugu Mbatha Raw, who's best known for playing the wife of Will Smith in the movie Concussion. The detective team of Sam and Twitch, I believe, should be played by Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick, which would reunite them after a stellar performance in the 2005 movie The Producers. Seriously, you can see this, can't you? And the clown, aka the Violator, should be played by Peter Dinklage. There's nobody to play this character except for Peter. Seriously, they better not screw this up and get this guy for this role. Okay, to recap, Todd Mcfarlane is an egotistical control freak who should not be directing this movie. Jaime Foxx is very inconsistent as a lead actor, and Blumhouse has made a lot of movies with a very thin budget, and Spawn may need $150 million to do it right. So all those factors combined do not make me excited for the Spawn reboot, but I will see it. I rank Spawn number 3 on my top 10 black superheroes of all time list. Go back and watch that. Link in the description. So you know what's next. Next up is the speculation pick of the week. For June 6, 2018, the pick of the week is going to be the Immortal Hulk #1 from Marvel Comics. This is a take on the Hulk that's less superhero-like and more of the horror element of the character. The premise here is that Bruce Banner can die, but the Hulk can't. So at nighttime, the Hulk comes out. It kind of has the look and feel of the Swamp Thing or something like that. It's going to ship with a whole bunch of covers, as you might expect, but my favorite one is going to be the Clayton Crane version. The Hulk is one of my all-time favorite characters, so I like to see new takes on him. The runner-up is going to be Death or Glory #2 from Image Comics. It's a story of a young woman who grows up off the grid in a trucker community, and she decides to pull off a heist to get the money to pay for her dying father's surgery. It had a successful debut last month, and issue #1 is going to a second printing as well, which is coming out this week. You should be buying at least one Image book a week. They are just killing it. Today we're going to do something new called Over Under, and this is where I pick a book that I think is overvalued and one that's undervalued on the secondary market for back issues. And let's start with the over, and that's going to be Spawn #1, which I was just talking about. All the grading companies consider Spawn #1 the first appearance of Al Simmons, aka Spawn. So yes, of course it's going to be worth something. Right now on eBay, raw copies of the direct version are selling for about $18 on the average, and about $150 9.8 graded. Based on the laws of supply and demand, this book should not be this expensive. When this book dropped in 1992, it sold 1.75 million copies. Think about that. We're in an era now where a book that sells 100,000 copies would be considered a high print run. We're talking almost 2 million copies. There's probably thousands of former comic book shops that folded in the mid-1990s, and they probably have hundreds of Spawn #1 in their archives that they haven't released yet. So as we get closer to this movie actually becoming a reality, there are going to be more copies out there than people want. A raw copy should be selling for about $8 at the most, and 9.8 probably about 70. As for my undervalued, that's going to be Lazarus #1, also from Image Comics. It made its debut in 2013, and it's part of that dystopia genre in which all the wealth and influence and power are in the hands of a few feuding families. Every family has a Lazarus, a enhanced being who's in charge of security. This story follows Forever Carlisle. She has enhancements that would make her something like Wolverine meets RoboCop. This title has been optioned by Amazon TV to be a show in the future. And the print run for the #1 issue is in the low 30,000. You can get issue #1 raw on eBay for about $8 plus shipping, and CGC 9.8s for about $80. I know a lot of option projects don't make it to broadcast, but Amazon wants to compete in the streaming wars against Netflix and whatever Disney has up their sleeve. So they need to develop more original content, and they need to do it now. And based on the nature of the universe and Lazarus, it wouldn't be that expensive to produce. So based on that evidence, I think that Lazarus is undervalued, and you should pick up a copy. If you're new to this channel, please note that I do sell comics on eBay. On that format, it's called One Stop Thrift Shop. I don't do any pumping and dumping. For example, I just explained that Lazarus #1 is a good pick, but I didn't do that just to try to sell it. I give you full disclosure. I'm 100% feedback out there as well. I sell key issues, so stop by and see if you like something there. Everything is on sale for 10% off through June 15th. You know the drill. Subscribe to this channel, give it a thumbs up, and share it on social media so others can learn about Comic Power. Once again, thank you to all my subscribers and viewers. It only gets better from here.